podcast. My name is Paul Farahvar. I am your host. On this episode, we are doing it online. So if you're listening, hop on my YouTube page at Paul F Comedy and watch live this episode. There's no voice of reason. Check out my website, Paul F Comedy, for upcoming dates. I am doing shows again in Florida, Scottsdale, and in Chicago. So please check out those dates. Also check out our sponsors. And thank you all so much for everything you've done. Subscribe, review, all that good stuff. But yeah, let's just get into it. I've got a good friend of mine on this episode. We've been hard to try to schedule him. Very funny comedian. You could check out his album on Spotify called Unshaveable. You can check it out on his website, the website as well, unshaveable.com. Start clapping or doing whatever you're doing at home. If you're driving, whatever, for comedian Dave Nieker. Dave, come on in. That's
Is it safe?
Yeah, it's safe. You can come out now. For those of you
Well,
that
when you say come out now,
yeah,
I don't have any major announcements like that. I am wearing a pink shirt,
right.
but
I get it. Well, I just meant come out of wherever you're hiding and you
right.
under a desk, which is
I didn't want people to have unreasonable or unrealistic expectations of what I might say.
Well, I don't know what you're going to say. I think this is going to be a unique experience. You have a good story. I think is going to be different than some of the recent guests we've had, at least. Dave, you're a comedian. You've been doing comedy for how many years now?
10. Well, if you don't count 9, if you don't count 2020.
This doesn't count. Yeah, last year didn't count. And you're single.
Yes, I am.
And
and I'm old.
Yeah, well, you're older than me, which is rare to have someone older than me on this. And I want to know, see, like when people ask me, you know, I like being single. I like this is the lifestyle I've chosen because I have my hair. So I'm happy about that. But like the biggest question I had when I went to therapy was like, how does this end? What's going to happen when I'm older? And then he's like, yeah, you know, it's just different. I picture this is me and I'm looking at a mirror because my eyes are getting worse too. And I grow beards like a motherfucker. So I think this is like me in like 7 years, maybe 3. Like
maybe a little more. But
how are you single? Why are you single? Tell me, do you want to be single? Give us.
For a long time I did want to be single, though I've always thought of myself as somebody who would, be in a long-term relationship, maybe a marriage. Am I looking at you or am I looking at the camera?
Doesn't matter where you look.
All right. I want to look sincere.
Look at the camera. Tell people, tell them what the future's like if they listen to me and stay single.
I've always wanted to have a long-term relationship, and I've had a few sort of long-term relationships, just not permanent ones, And,
what's long-term? What do you define as long-term?
Like multiple years.
Oh yeah, that's long-term.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Never married?
No, but I've been divorced a few times.
You what? Well, what? Okay, let me ask you this. When was the last time you were in a long-term relationship?
It's been a long time. Since before I moved to LA, and I've lived in LA for 14 years.
Okay, so 14.
So I would say 15 years, yeah.
Okay, and what was the cause of the last breakup? The long-term one.
Yeah, that's sort of a tough question. We liked each other, but I'm not sure she was as in love with me as I was with her.
More on the same page, yeah.
Yeah, and we saw, we saw each other off and on for like 4 years, and off and on like months at a time, then a couple months off, and eventually it just wasn't happening,
Did you by the way, the picture you have behind you right now is perfectly matched the smoke coming out of your head.
Oh, nice.
You see that? I don't know.
I do that for Zoom, yeah.
Yeah, it's pretty badass. What do you want? So you said, do you want it? You said you used to want to get married, but do you want to get married now? Do you think it's something you'd want?
Yeah, I mean, it's all about finding the right person, I don't want to get married just for the sake of getting married, or I'd have done it a long time ago. For me, it's about finding the right person, and somebody you can get along with, and somebody who understands things the way you do, and you understand things the way they do. And that person is hard to find. And as you get older, I'm starting to realize it's much harder. Gets, I'm not good at math, but exponentially harder, geometrically harder. I don't know. It gets harder.
Well, what are you doing to try to meet people, I guess? I mean,
Well, lately I haven't been doing anything. I mean, since the pandemic, nothing. And even probably since I had a short-term relationship, a few months with somebody I really liked, but it didn't work out for other reasons. And that was mainly because she had a cat. And she actually had 2 cats. I'm allergic to cats. And so, like, if you have a cat, you've totally Dave-proofed your life. And that's a big reason a couple of my relationships didn't work out, Or not a big reason, but women have cats. The cat came before me. That's always.
Can't you take medication for that?
Yeah, but I can take, the medication only helps for so much. I can take medication and be in a room with a cat for an hour or 2, but I can't live with a cat. I can't even stay in an apartment or his house overnight in a cat's without having, waking up with severe wheezing,
Do you, if the cat is no longer there, but there's still cat hairs everywhere, you could still feel sick?
Yeah, it takes, a couple of years for all that to go away, months to years, I think.
That's why I asked, because I was like, well, if someone has a cat, you're like, how old is the cat? And then you could kind of like play the wait, right? Like, you could be like,
yeah, maybe, but
years old, huh? All right, let's just stay in touch.
The older I get, and then I think this is the thing, like you asked, what is it like when you get older? The older you get, the less patience you have for other people's bullshit.
100%.
And so, sorry, go ahead.
I think it's a good thing.
You think it's a good thing unless you're trying to have a relationship, because you're getting older. You don't have patience for her bullshit or his bullshit. And that person doesn't have patience for your bullshit. So you're on these, tangential but not perpendicular intersecting paths. Of each other's bullshit. And you have less and less tolerance for it. The curve just keeps getting harder,
But
Sorry,
but that's the thing, you make better decisions too, like when you don't put up with shit, you're also going to be like, your self-worth is like, well, I'm not going to sacrifice my beliefs because,
absolutely.
I need to have a relationship.
But my cat allergy is not a belief. It's a health issue.
No,
you know what I'm saying? And it's like women don't consider my health issues before I'm in their lives.
Yeah.
And it's very rare that they'll consider my health issues after I'm in their lives. So what I'm saying is single women have cats.
Yeah. Sometimes they have dogs. You can have dogs.
If for some reason the cat loving ones are the most attracted to me. Probably. I don't know why that is.
You're like a big cat.
Yeah, I'm like a big cat. But so if a woman has a cat, like for the last 10 years or so, I ruled it out. When I moved to LA, I was seeing people, I was on the apps, I was, dating and whatnot, and met a lot of married women at my age.
Yeah.
And
married, still married?
Yeah. Like cheating on their husband married.
Oh, you're the other guy?
Well, yeah, for one day. And I don't want to be in that situation a lot,
I used to like that position a lot, to be honest. Not just married, but just being the other guy in a relationship. Did you have that happen? Yeah, I don't know why I did. I kind of liked it because it was kind of like, I think it kept me from being in a relationship because I could be like, well, you have a boyfriend or something like. I'm just the other guy. And
yeah.
It was like a good way to stay single.
Yeah, I think that's what I went in with through. You asked me about one of my previous relationships, the one that was sort of off and on, and I'm already probably getting too identifiable, but that's the way that was,
Oh, gotcha.
Yeah, well, it was a relationship, but it would be on, and then it would be, what was the question?
No, I think I don't know. But do you so in the situations you've had where you did go online and meet people, what was?
Oh yeah, the question was, sorry, go ahead.
Go ahead. No, what were you gonna say?
Yeah, so like for the past 10 years, I haven't. When I first got to LA, I was seeing people. I met a woman, I liked her a lot. She liked me a lot. We got along great. Everything was wonderful. She had 2 cats. And I knew that it wasn't going to work out really. And I was probably dishonest on her and letting it go as far as it did, because we saw each other for a few months. And she had cats, and I knew cats wasn't going to work for me, but I had been lonely, and I felt I deserved this. And it didn't work out well because she had cats. I couldn't go to her apartment. She always had to come to my place. It becomes an inconvenience and unfair to both of us,
Yeah.
And so it didn't work out. And
How
I
old
might have
were
been
those
unfair to go after it. So since then, I won't even look at, and even before then, I already knew I can't really see a woman with cats,
And how old are those cats right now? Do you have an idea of how old her cats are?
Her cats, last time I talked to her, she told me that I hadn't talked to her in a while, and I actually talked to her not too long ago. And she told me she had 3 cats now.
Oh,
The cats she had died, but she had 3 cats now, and she really realized that she was a cat person and she loved cats.
not a Dave,
And
not a Dave person.
yeah, and like that's the way it is, I mean, people buy cats because they like cats, and they don't think about my health when they're buying their cat. And so then when there's a choice between me and the cat, it's always the cat. It's never not been the cat.
But can't you just go on those apps that you're meeting people? Do you just say can't have cats? Is that like your main?
Yeah. Yeah, you can. Yeah.
There are people there are a lot of women I know who are single that have dogs or don't have pets at all.
Yeah. Yes. And I'm fine with dogs and I love dogs. But, we're talking about that tangent of increasing, shit you're not going to put up with. So you're already in smaller, the field is narrowing, by the time you're your age, I would say, somewhat younger than me, but not, how old?
27, yeah.
You're 27. Okay, but even by the time you're 27, I forgot what the fuck I was going to say.
No, you're saying the exponential. I get it. I get what you're saying. But I think cats is, you're definitely here. There's people that have their deal breakers, right? Yours happens to be one that involves your health, but for other people, they have deal breakers of music or whatever. So I don't think it's necessarily, I mean, you're definitely weaning the popular. In your situation, you're attracted to them. You probably are aligned politically or have the same interests in movies and everything else. But the cat is the deal breaker. But there are things for people that are, single moms, and having kids is a deal breaker for somebody else. So there are those things that faction you off. So I don't think that's going to limit you from finding. I mean, it's going to slightly limit you, but there are other things that are.
Well, I agree. It's not, but it's a big one. And for some reason, it's, it seems to be that women who are attracted to me always have cats.
Are there other situations where you've gone on dates where they didn't have cats and then something else happens where you're like, yeah, I can't do this? Where you're like, I'm not going to change for that. In the Meatloaf song, I can do anything, but I won't do that.
That's like all of them, the first one,
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like I'm at an age now where I sort of know what I want and I know what I like. And so is the woman. And so you have these 2 people going into the meeting and you size them up right away. Bing, bang, boom. There's none of this, let's have a date and see how we get along. It's like right away you're like, eh. And she's like, eh. And so.
You said meeting. Are you calling these meetings or are you just going to meetings like for work and you're just acting like they're dates? There's a difference, Dave.
I mean, when 2 people meet, it's a meeting. When you meet for the first time.
I know, I'm just fucking with you. Yeah, I agree with you. But have you been for me?
So yeah, all of those. Right away I decided, nah.
Yeah. What do you do to get out of those situations? You've already driven to the place. You're like,
you drive home.
I
usually am very polite, I mean, we both got sucked in by each other's advertising, as it were. And there's no reason to be mean or whatever. People lie. or they're dishonest in some way. Like I met a woman, she seemed nice enough. She said she didn't have cats. And when she showed up, she was fucking covered in cat fur, and I started wheezing. And like her, I was just like, you know what, I'm leaving. And I got up and left. But if you're not,
why would you lie about that?
Curves of rejection, because the pool gets smaller.
Did you tell her that you're deathly allergic to cats?
Yeah, it was in my profile.
Because some people are like, well, I could say I don't have, because a lot of people don't like women who have cats, but you have a reason.
I don't know why she did it, right? You asked me why she did it. I have no idea. Right. But I would suggest because she's lonely and she wants to meet people, and maybe I'm lying like she's lying. I don't know. You know what I mean? Who the fuck knows? People are nuts on the apps, which is why I stopped doing them. The other thing I noticed about the apps is it's all the same fucking 50 people, one app to the other.
Certain demographic in a city, it's you get matched up with the same group of people. I agree.
Yeah, it's the same people. And so we've already rejected each other multiple times, even without ever talking to or meeting one another, you know? Yeah. So I would rather just meet someone in person, which doesn't happen. You're a creep if you try to meet someone in person now.
It's harder now.
And I mean, that's even without COVID. But I figure if it's going to happen, it'll happen. I've tried to make it happen. I've pursued women hard, you know. I've pursued women not hard. And no pun intended.
No, I got it.
If it's going to happen, it's going to happen. The other thing is I've been focusing on comedy, which I really love. And, you know, as comedians, we're out in the evening. And that's prime dating time. You know?
Well, that's the thing. Are you dating people like in the entertainment industry? Or are you dating like regular 9-to-5ers or both?
I'm not dating anyone.
Well, I mean,
I haven't dated anyone for years, huh?
When you went on those short-term dates and stuff, were those people that were the ones that you went on dates with? Were they?
It's mostly 9-to-5ers. I think people in the entertainment industry look at me as a risky investment.
Why so?
Well, you know, I'm not a leading man, and
maybe they don't want a leading man.
Maybe.
There's a lot. Hey, I mean, Al Pacino is a supporting actor a lot of times.
I mean, again, I can't really decipher their motives. I can only guess.
Yeah.
Because I don't match with them on the apps, you know, and I meet them in person, and there's, you know, well, usually when we meet in person, it's business related, and I won't, you know, I do a comedy act. I do a bit, and it's based on a true story. When I worked at a company that I can't name, I could name them, but I'm not gonna.
No.
But I was accused of sexual harassment, and falsely. And I became very sensitized to that kind of behavior.
Sure.
So I won't even hit on women anymore. You know?
Right.
And at my age, it's more like, can you have a conversation with them? And then if that goes well, you see if, you know, if there's any more little interest, you know, it just moves slower.
What are the, when you
at least for me.
When you were on the apps, what was the age demographic that you were shooting for?
Well,
accepting.
I would say 15 years younger than me and 7 years older than me.
Okay. And I just feel like, I don't know, I think that you can meet people. There's like a new app called Hinge. It's a newer one that I don't sponsor, by the way. Everyone fucking thinks I do. I've reached out to them.
You just met a lot of people on it?
Yeah, there's a lot out there. And the reason why I like that one, and there's others that are like this too, but compared to the other apps, it gives them so much information about the person, and there's so many pictures that, like, you know that person before you meet them. And, and if they don't fill those blanks in, like the options they have for the biography and the questionnaires and everything like that, then you know, okay, they're either.
Yeah, I feel like that whole. I feel like the whole proposition of an app is unfulfillable. There's no way that any information you post in your profile can indicate in any way whether you're going to really have compatibility with another person. All it can do is generate interest. And I talk about it in my
Sure.
comedy, right? And make it like it's buying a couch. Choose from our tremendous selection. Pick out the legs you like and the color you want. Lay on it a few times and move it into your apartment. Most apartments only got room for one couch.
That's true.
One is going to wind up in a friend's apartment.
That's true.
Yeah. So I just think like the whole thing is sort of unrealistic. And people make lists of their wants and desires, and then they try to match it up with people's similar wants and desires. But you still may fucking hate the way that person chews, for example, though I don't judge people based on the way they chew generally. It's unrealistic.
That's this app. What I like about this app, and there are the other ones too, you don't put like what you want on there. Because anytime someone asks me, what do you want? I don't know the answer. They're like, why are you on the apps? I'm like, I don't know. I know what I don't want. And then I just go by process of elimination, right? Because I think that's how we all make our best decisions, by process of elimination. You know what you don't want, and then you go forward. When you buy a car or a couch, you're like, okay, well, I need a black couch because it matches this. I can't get a yellow couch. These are all things that like less.
I appreciate you continuing the couch metaphor.
Well, yeah, I'm pretty smart. But I'm just saying, like with the couch, what I like about the app is that you could, based on your experience, you're older than me and I'm older, so you can tell like based on what they write, they're like, this is never gonna work. Like you said earlier, you know your wants.
Right, but I'm saying you narrow it down to the same 30 people who already haven't responded to your inquiry.
Well, you need to expand your distance then. Like maybe you have to go 100 miles out instead of like 3 miles.
Dude, I live in Los Angeles.
Yeah, I know.
10 miles is an hour. You know what I mean? Like 10 miles is the max you can even think about it. And then, so I've thought about all this, right? Maybe I should move to the part of town where I'm doing more magic. Because there is a parts of town where chicks love this beard. When I say chicks, I mean mature and
East
attractive
Hollywood.
ladies. Huh?
Yeah. East Hollywood? I don't know.
Yeah, it's close to East Hollywood, like Los Feliz, East Side, yeah.
Sure.
And it's an hour away in good traffic. It's 2 hours, so it's tough.
Yeah, I don't know. I don't know the answer. With LA, it's a totally different thing.
Yeah, I'm just saying, I've used the apps and I've come to the conclusion that it's just like a waste of my time.
Yeah.
The people I meet, I'm not syncing with for some reason. First of all, I don't get that many responses. I mean, I think women that go on these apps, they choose from basically any guy out there.
100%. Yeah, they've got way more options than we do.
I get a lot of this: left, left, left.
What about when you were doing shows? Did you ever get approached after a show? Like I always say, like I'll do shows with younger guys who are like hot, and then I'm like, the women that talk to me are like the aunts or the stepmoms.
I did get approached after a show once, and I blew it.
Well, how'd you blow it? What'd you do?
A comic I know from out of state was staying at my house.
Oh, you gotta kick him out.
Yeah, and so we were at the show, and he was doing a set, and I was doing a set, and she's like, "We're all ready to go," and I was like, I got to take Joe and drive him somewhere because he was stranded without me,
Yeah.
And I guess I could have left him for an Uber. And then she's like, no, I'm not getting into a car with two dudes. She's like, for her, it was just
one guy. But
for her, like that was one extra dude was a safety risk.
Yeah. Well,
so,
Joe Maki is pretty intimidating. No, I'm just kidding. I don't know.
I don't know. What I should have said was, never mind. Hey, let me change plans. But like, I'm so like out of swing. It got past me. It escaped. Like the minute it was gone, I was like, oh, fuck, I fucked that up.
So did you get her in? You couldn't find her name or social media or anything like that?
I don't know. I had her phone number. Just not interested, not reply to my texts after that.
Oh, no. It was.
And that's another thing, I think, and this is just my experience, right? I'm not Brad Pitt. I'm not getting a lot of, I'm not even Hank Aaron. I'm not getting a lot of at-bats, But I think women, as they get older, they've all been in relationships. By the time they're my age, they're starting to have grandkids, right? They've all been married once or twice, you know, and what they're all looking for is a free time. Hey, let's go have fun. Woo, you know?
Yeah.
And I would like to get into a serious relationship.
But you understand that you are that fun time. You are the comedian. You're going to be funnier than 90% of the guys that she meets on apps who are like, you have to lean into that shit, dude.
Well, I understand that I'm that guy, but she's got to lean into it. Like, what are you saying that I got to do?
I'm saying when you get the opportunity to meet these grandmothers, as you call them, or these women who have been married twice, the minute you get your at bat, you're gonna be in a huge advantage over other people. As long as funny goes a long way. They're gonna overlook the fact that you're wearing glasses and you look like a white Osama bin Laden. Like, they're gonna be fine.
Well, I appreciate that, and I know that I'm handsome and funny. You know, I mean, I don't think it's a self-esteem issue. I don't know.
Gonna get at bat. But my thing. I think for you, you're talking about your demographic of people. Women.
Well, hang on a sec. We're talking about at bats. I mean, it's not like there's not a lot of them out there. The pool shrinks, you know.
I think after COVID, you're gonna see a lot. You're gonna see a lot more. A couple of those people are gonna be dead. But
maybe. But I'm saying, you not put them through my funnels. Through my exclusive funnel sales system, and there's two women. I've dated them both.
Well, I think what you're going to see is after COVID, a lot of them are going to get divorced. A lot of new people are going to be on the apps, and a lot of them are going to be widowed because a lot of people are dead.
That is morbid as fuck.
It's morbid, but it's real. It's the reality of COVID. That all my friends who are married a lot of them didn't survive COVID. The marriage.
Judging from what I've seen on the apps, women don't wait for their divorce to start seeing other people. I've met a lot of married women on apps.
Yeah.
And a lot of married women who are only interested in bang, 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 which is fine.
But bang, bang, bang could lead to something more, maybe.
Yeah, maybe.
I think you have to go back on the apps, Dave.
Really?
Yeah, I think so. I think you just need to try Hinge or one of the other ones and just fill out every fucking detail. Like, a lot of people are like, I shouldn't answer this. Just throw everything out there. Because the minute someone does swipe on you and, go 16 years instead of 15, go 8 instead of 7. I think once you get your foot in the door, you're going to close some more deals. Or, maybe you have to trim your beard a little bit. I don't know.
Well, I'm saying filters, you know. The beard is a filter. I have other medical problems.
They've got medical problems. Do you have, what if they only have one leg? Are you going to be okay with that?
We only have one leg. What do you mean?
Yeah. Can you go on with a woman that has one leg?
What do you mean one leg?
She only has one leg.
Oh, leg. You meant like. L-I-K-E.
Only one likes on Facebook.
It's like, what do you mean she only got one like?
One like.
Yeah, I mean, it would depend. Yeah, maybe. I wouldn't rule it out at this point.
Yeah, I think there's people that have things that they think are ruling them out, and they're not. Like, for you, what are your other priorities? Like,
I only have one leg. No.
What are your priorities, like, other than not having cats? Like, what are the other deal breakers for you? Like,
well, they're not for me.
Well,
for me, I'm pretty open.
Examples, like, are you?
I like a woman that weighs less than me.
Okay,
and fairly intelligent. I like that.
What's fairly intelligent? What if they are street smart but they didn't finish high school? Is it going to work?
It would depend. I mean, it's too specific. I don't know. Maybe.
I'm giving you hypotheticals here.
Yeah, hypothetically, snowflakes land in different places. Some of them stick and some of them don't.
Okay.
And
I got it. Let me see if this works.
I'm pretty open-minded.
Okay, I've my hypothetical. Who's your dream girl? Like, who's the woman that you're most attracted to in the world? Like, what's your? Mine's Heather Graham.
Physically,
Yeah. Physically, yeah.
Heather Graham, huh?
Or
I don't even think about it like that. I would have to think about it.
Or not even physically, just someone. Give me like
I mean, not even physically. It's like
anyone.
I don't look at famous women and become attracted to them because I have no chance with that. Though I did hit on Melissa Leo once in a deli here, so I'm saying Melissa Leo. She's fine.
Which one's she?
She was a redhead. She played a detective on that show about Baltimore, not The Wire. It's the one before that, back in the 90s.
Okay, so
she's also an Academy Award winner.
Okay, so Melissa Leo, let's just say a lookalike like her. She had cats all her life, but when she turned 40, she decided no more cats for me. Okay.
All right.
You meet her at another deli, very similar to the deli you met this woman. She has all tatted up on her back, all the various cats that she's had, all on her back, and on her pelvis area. She has cats everywhere.
She has a pussy down there.
Yeah,
she has a pussy.
Yeah. Pussy.
Can I say that on this podcast?
Say whatever the fuck you want.
Right.
And she's like, her favorite band is. Who's your least favorite band? I'm just trying to see where we can cut this line.
I don't know. I don't listen to my least favorite bands.
Fucking I don't know, Duran and Nickelback.
Yeah, Duran's a good one. What was that noise?
I don't know.
All right, Duran's a good one.
Likes that. She's a Donald Trump, loves Donald Trump, like huge.
Done. She's done.
That's it. That's a deal breaker.
That's a fucking you're done.
All right, so she's a Republican.
But the cat tattoos, that was done too.
You're
like, what kind of fucking psychopath gets pictures of all their cats on her back?
That's her. Okay.
Yeah, done.
Okay.
Done.
What if there's only 3 back cat tattoos on her back, but they're paws? They're just the paws of her.
Oh, just the paws. Yeah. Okay.
And then the front is the faces of the cats on her, right above her front. 3 cats. Are you in?
Maybe.
Okay. And then you go to her house, and she has her 3 cats that were stuffed. They're taxidermied on her couch, but they're no longer. She has this system where you're not allergic to it anymore.
Yeah, sure, your system. Yeah.
Yeah. Are you in? What's gonna happen?
Does she let me pose the cats and play with them like action figures?
You can do whatever you want as long as you're respectable to them. You can't have them fucking each other, but like.
Come on.
Good, but they have to like with eye contact. It can't be like rude.
Okay, yeah, eye contact.
Are you in? Are you in?
Yeah, I'm not out yet.
Okay. What if? What are the other?
I'm saying I'm pretty reasonable, you know. I'm pretty open.
Loudly, she chews like all the time, and she's only. Are you vegan or anything like that?
No.
She's a.
But
vegan.
here's my other funnel, dog. I have food allergies, and I'm allergic to stuff that's everywhere. It's very hard to avoid. So I'm a pain in the ass at a restaurant. That's me. That other people fucking funnel me out immediately for that.
What are the?
You're allergic to that? No fucking way.
Well, you can't eat it, but I have allergies. You just if it's in your area, you don't.
Yeah, but I'm saying going to a restaurant, I'm very difficult at a restaurant. I got to have a conversation with the waiter. There's not a lot of choices.
That's not a big deal. People have all kinds of. I dated a girl who had gluten allergy, and it was like they would lie to her and say that you think it was like gluten was popular, but she would like have to explain, if I get gluten, I'm going to call here.
Yes, I've been lied to, and if I get certain things, I'm going to get sick, you know.
She doesn't care about that. But
my girl with the cat tattoos don't care about that? Because the women on the app seem to.
So Melissa Leo look-alike, 3 cats in the front.
Yeah. I forgot she looked like Melissa Leo.
Yeah. Paws on her back of all the cats.
Yeah.
3 taxidermied cats. And she chews so fucking loud, like loud and burps and like just farts everywhere. Are you still in?
Yeah, I mean, that behavior can be corrected.
Okay. What's another deal breaker? It sounds like it's
Like
pretty,
I'm saying, man, I don't have a lot of deal breakers.
yeah,
Cats is my big deal breaker, and
that's it.
like chicks
Trump.
that drink constantly. I
Okay.
don't, I cannot deal with alcoholics,
Okay.
And
She just does coke every morning though, but just like a bump.
no, that's the only people that do. Don't you know this, Paul? The only people that do coke a lot are people who just want to stay up and drink.
Yeah. Well, she doesn't like coffee anymore, so she just does a bump
Just
and
does a little bump.
yeah, but she's got a lot of money. I mean, she's a high profile corporate attorney for Donald Trump, but she didn't vote for him, but she's working for him. Does that work?
Like,
Are you in?
probably not. Wait, it's still Melissa Leo?
It's a look-alike. It's her cousin. They look alike, but she has like yellow hair or blonde hair. I don't know. Let's
Yeah, I don't know.
gotta
She's
look
a
up.
Trump again, and then, but I mean, really, it's
Why does it
so I
matter?
meet women, and here's the thing: something that happens to me that I've noticed. I have no problem in a sushi restaurant. I enjoy sushi. I like to eat it. There's nothing really I have to worry about that I'm allergic to.
Oh, I know who Melissa Leo is. Yeah, sushi. See, yeah. So she loves
Right,
sushi.
but in LA, or maybe it's just me, but you say you're talking to a woman, things are going well. She says, you say, hey, you want to go grab something to eat? She says, yeah. What do you want to get? And then I say, I love sushi. All of a sudden, in her mind, sushi somehow ups the subtext of the
Yeah,
dinner
of
agreement.
course.
Yeah, I'm a walrus, man. I like raw fish.
Yeah, that's fine.
It's not about upping the subtext.
No one's gonna.
I've blown a few dates like that. Sushi, oh no, never mind.
No, people love that. Melissa Leo was in I'm Dying Up Here. She crushes in that. I know
Yeah.
exactly who she is. Yeah, she's
Yeah.
great. That's
I
why
hit on her at Factor's Famous Deli. This is when I first moved to LA. Huh?
she did a good job portraying. Did you see the show I'm Dying Up Here?
No.
It's about the Comedy Store.
Oh yeah, I don't have Showtime. I didn't see it. I do want to see it.
So good. It's gone now.
Yeah.
Speaking of gone, we are out of time. Dave, we went over a little.
Wow,
bit.
that was quick.
I know.
All we determined was that, according to you, I'm not doing enough.
I think you got to go on Hinge. We're going to come back in a year. I want you to go on Hinge, fill out all that shit, and then say I once hit on Melissa Leo at a deli. Let's see if she pops up. She'll be like, I remember you. and then when she does, she's gonna tell you, I got this new gig as a corporate attorney. Just fucking run away. You know that my instincts was right. Dave, where can people find more about you and your unshavable?
Well, you can go to unshavable.com. You can just Google my name, David Nieker. But you got to spell it right, Nieker. You can also go to theinternetiswastingmytime.com.
Okay.
I haven't been doing any shows. I got to start scheduling some up, but I'm waiting for a vaccine.
Let me ask you this. One thing I forgot since you said unshavable. What if Melissa Leo wants to date you, but you have to shave?
Yeah, I would shave. It'll grow back. The reason I don't shave is my agent wants me to look like this.
I got you.
And also Melissa Leo might want to date me, but
I'm just going.
No, but wait, she don't know what's under here.
Right.
You know what I mean? That's a gamble on her part. What if I shave it and then she's like, But it's going to take months to grow back.
That's awesome.
So
we'll see. We'll have to see. Dave, all right. Well, Dave, you go check out Unshavable on Spotify, right? Where else can they get it?
It's everywhere. It's on YouTube Music. It's on Apple Music. Awesome. You can go to unshavable.com and get the links there to all the.
Check it out, and hopefully you'll see them on Hinge soon as well.
You'll see me on Hinge. You can just send me a direct message for theinternetiswastingmytime.com or somewhere. I'm on Insta at David Nieker. Is a good place. I'm on Facebook, though Insta's better. And say hi to a boy.
Yes. Say
hi to your boy.
Nieker. Thank you so much, Dave, and thank
you, Paul. Thanks for having me. The sun went down while you were changing your whole background.
Yeah, this whole thing was so I could be outside, show people I'm really in Florida. I'm not hiding, but I am hiding, but in Florida. Thank you all for listening to another edition of Singles Only Podcast.
By now, you know that I'm a lawyer, right? Everyone does. And I don't really practice anymore, although I still have a license. But when I need a lawyer, and I do often need a lawyer, I contact my friend Scott Shapiro. If you're injured on the job or need compensation, you're entitled to payment for more than you know. A lot of times companies will try to settle with you so you don't get a lawyer because they don't want you to know all the monies you're entitled to. Scott Shapiro has been helping injured workers for over 20 years. In addition, his firm handles multiple other cases, including personal injury cases and entertainment law issues. He has handled a lot of my entertainment stuff as well as those of guests on the show and listeners. So you need a lawyer, sure, you can consult me. But if you want a free consultation from the best, don't take any chances. Contact my friend, Scott Shapiro. His number, 312-648-8800, or check out his website, scottshapirolegal.com. There are other Scott Shapiros. Make sure you call the right one, 312-648-8800 or scottshapirolegal.com. Tell him I sent you, and he will be very happy.